So at this point, Prince is signed and they're rehearsing. Yeah. Has the album done at this point?
Yeah, the album was out.
Okay.
The album was doing really well.
It's the first album, right?
Yeah, the For You album. Mm-hmm. And I heard it on a soap opera, you know.
Really?
His song, one of his songs, you know. So I called him up. I said, dude, do you know they playing your song on a soap opera? He's going like, what? I going like, yeah, man, you know. I said, you got to get paid for that. But see, I had, when Prince got signed, I'm jumping back a little bit, but when he got signed, I told him, I says, they're going to ask you these questions. I said, one of the first questions they're going to ask you is, do you have a publisher? I said, when they ask you that, just tell them, yes, I have a publisher, and they will leave you alone. I said, because if you say no, they're going to say, don't worry about it. We'll publish your music for you. And that's your rights. That's your rights. That means that they own your music. Yeah, you're the writer, but they own it, you know? So I feel I wrote into New York for application to get from BMI, Broadcast Music Incorporated, which is a performance rights organization who collects your money for you for radio, movies, TV, and stuff like that. And so we got the forms in. I sat down with Prince. I filled the form out with him. And I was already a member of BMI, so I already knew, you know. And so we did that. So now we send it into New York to BMI. And I said, now you are a professional songwriter because these people will collect your money. And you'll get your money for what's played on the soap opera, what's played on radio, and all this other stuff. So about 2 weeks after that, they're still rehearsing. They rehearse at my house for about 6 months. So I get a letter in the mail because I was getting all the mail. I had Prince's checkbook, and all the mail was coming to my house. So I opened the mail up, and it was a letter from his attorney in Los Angeles. And in the envelope, I opened it up. It was forms to join BMI. So I went downstairs, I broke up the rehearsal, and I said, Prince, come here, let me talk to you for a minute. So he comes upstairs. I said, this is what I just got from your attorney in Los Angeles. I showed him the paper. He said, but we already did that. And I said, yeah. I said, but look at the bill. The bill for them to do what we had already did for a price of a stamp, they were charging him $900.
Wow. You know? So here's where it starts.
And I said, see, we don't even have to do that. You know, just call them suckers up and tell them that you're already in BMI, you know, so you don't have to pay no $900, you know. So these are the things that I was helping Prince with business and stuff like that. And so
you can see the seeds that you have planted into him early on. You see later on in his career where a lot of that's coming from, right? Like,
oh yeah,
so that's very interesting, very interesting. Absolutely.